Hey friends, Jenna Gessie, intuitive consultant here. I'm also a mama, a very busy multitasking mama, and many of you working parents are the same and you have lots of things going on. And so I just wanted to talk about something I've discovered today because it's been super helpful and easy in my life to integrate in my spiritual practice, and just watching this whole dynamic of how I run my life in modern times with all the different distractions that are available at our fingertips. This little trick has helped me immensely kind of really have an awareness of how I'm spending my time. And there are two precious resources that I really would love more of, and that's time and also the gift of presence that I both give and receive with my children. So when I'm with them, my goal is to really be very present. That's not even my goal. That's my heart-centered truth. It's my calling. I know that it's a beautiful gift to give them the real, true, centered, heart presence that they deserve, and that I think that they exchange as a language and teach them to be the same in their relationships. So unfortunately, I have the capacity to both, like, same as if we're driving and you go past a big stretch of road and you're like, how did I get here? I wasn't even thinking about the road. How did I automatically end up here? I can be building Legos or reading a book and do the same thing, just mentally be completely checked out or emotionally completely checked out of the experience that I'm having. And that's not how I choose to live my life. It's not what feels most in integrity for my soul. I really want to be present, and I really want to spend great quality time with them, because a code for me personally, when I think about my family and what's most important in my values, is whatever I'm doing needs to be worth the exchange of time away from my children. Not to say there aren't going to be moments of, checking out or just pure exhaustion that happen as, a busy parent or entrepreneur, but I definitely endeavor to and feel called to being very, very present with my kids. So one super simple trick, I have an iPhone. And if you have an iPhone, this is really easy. If you have another kind of phone, I'm sure there's a way to do this, but let me know, because I'm not aware of the exact steps. But if you have an iPhone, you can check how much screen time you're actually using, and it takes 2 seconds. You just go to settings and then look at the little slot that says screen time, and it'll tell you how many minutes or hours or seconds you've been on your phone for the day. And I've been checking this because I want to see how much time I'm spending on my phone. And there are times where I have to be on my phone. There are times where I'm doing business on my phone, but there are also times where I'm just sort of mindlessly on my phone, and that's what I'm working to eliminate. I just have a boundary for myself. I have a quantifiable boundary that I set around how much time I spend on my phone. And I also, if I'm spending a lot of time on my phone, I want to sort of evaluate, like, was that worth the exchange of being really present with my kids, or in my life in general, just present with spirit, present with my own heart and soul. Because I find when I'm on my phone, it's often a very external experience. So like, it's pulling me outside of what's in alignment for me. So I would say the only thing that I'm doing on my phone that's really in alignment really is if I'm answering emails from clients, or I'm posting on behalf of my business, or looking through pictures of my kids because that makes me really happy and in my joy. But that can be done when they're not with me. So I get really frustrated with myself if I'm doing those things when I have the opportunity to be really engaged and present with them. So a lot of times it's just physical proximity, putting my phone in a different room and plugging it in. But because, the dopaminergic response that we get from whatever it is, a like or looking through or scrolling or whatever, can be addictive, and it can pull us away from what's really important and valuable in our lives. So I just wanted you to know about that little trick of checking in on your screen time. I'm sure there's a way to do it, probably the same for iPads or on your laptop, but it's worth checking into. Like, how much time am I spending on my phone, and can I justify that, like, within alignment of my values, or am I using too much time to just sort of numb out or check out, or put too much importance on what's going on external of my own personal experience in life? Like, what am I actually using this time for? Often in social media, for me, sometimes I'm checking my email almost out of anxiety versus like when I can actually sit down and respond. So that's something I've had to rein in as well. But it's just such a cool thing to be able to be very aware of, like, how much time am I spending doing this? And am I robbing myself or sabotaging myself out of time and presence I could have with the ones that I love, and with my family, which is really most important. So for me anyway. So I hope that that helps. Let me know if you know this or if you've been practicing this. There's also apps that help you manage this as well, that give you probably little alerts and stuff. I haven't used them yet, but I know that they're out there where they tell you how much screen time you are using if you've like set a parameter or a boundary, a healthy boundary around your screen time. So, I mean, I think for the most part, when I'm off my phone, I'm more engaged in my actual experience in my life. So I hope that this is helpful. Let me know if you've been checking into your screen time and what you've learned about your own habits and how you're making changes to be more in alignment with your truth around your time and the gift of presence that you both give and receive. Have a beautiful day.